Hello, you're welcome to a new series, Business Lessons from the Bible. The Bible is not just a religious book, it's a manual for life. Basic information before leaving Earth is the most effective book we need on earth. All through this series, we'll be sharing tips and principles from the Bible that can help enhance our businesses. Stay through and you will be glad you did. Hello, you're welcome to yet another episode in our series, Business Lessons from the Bible. Today we'll be talking on getting customers to defend your brand. Jesus did it, and I'm sure that every one of us can do it, and some other businesses are also doing it. You know, when customers get so extremely satisfied with your brand, and they get elated and they get deeply connected to your brand and what you represent, they justify the cost of your products. They fight for the value you represent and for the value you deliver. And when customers get to this level with you, you are rest assured. So look at how Jesus did it. John 9, I'll just talk about the background story, then I'll read from verse 25 to us. This was a blind man who was blind, and Jesus healed him. But the Sadducees and the Pharisees were questioning the fact that he was even blind in the first place. And they asked the mother. The mother said, "He's an adult. Why not talk to him?" So they asked him, and look at his response in verse 25. John 9 from verse 25. He replied, "I know nothing about that one. I know nothing about that one way or the other, but I know one thing for sure. I was blind. Now I can see." That's clear. Then they said, "What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes?" He said, "I have told you over and over, and you haven't listened. Why do you want to hear it again? Are you so eager to become his disciples?" I remember somebody telling me, "Why don't you use a Mac?" I said, "Why Mac?" He said, "Mac, you can use it forever." That's a customer talking about a product. He said the product can last forever, even though the original inventor of that product is dead. That's how connected people can be to a brand. Do you see people fighting over their football club? I am a fan. When they lose a match, they will say, "We lost a match today." So that level of deep connection is possible. And the way you make that happen is when the customers can see themselves beyond the product they are buying from you and see themselves connected to the value that you represent. Because truth is, there is a value that Apple represents. Sorry, I'm giving undue publicity to Apple, but this is one company that you can connect with what I'm trying to share. You know, an average Apple customer cannot tell you in specifics the reason why they are connected to Apple, but there's a value the organization represents. An average user sees themselves like a creative. They see themselves like somebody who is audacious, somebody who is fighting the norm. But these are the values that these organizations represent. Let's look at these steps that you can use to drive the same thing and gain this deep-rooted customer loyalty to your brand. One of it is, first, you must clarify the values your organization stands for. That why is expressed in the values that your organization represents. So the people whose lives and values connect to that same value easily flows through your business. They flow through your business and they could see the reason why they could work with you, even though it looks as if they're just coming to buy a product. But the idea is that something that pulled you into business is pulling them to you. That's the value, that's the power of starting with why. Then secondly, clarify the values you are delivering to the customers. You know, we've talked eloquently about the fact that people resonate with Apple and all of that, and it looks like Apple represents what they want to represent. But the truth is, you can't take away the efficiency of the Apple products. Same way, you can't take away the value you bring to the customer, because irrespective of how much they resonate with what you resonate with and all of that, but if they don't find value that deals with the frictions of their life, then it's not sustainable. Then thirdly, you must intentionally build a customer intimacy system within your organization. A system that gets the customers to feel like a part of the family. A system that gets the customer to understand that beyond the fact that we're just selling something to you and making money from you, we hold you dear to us. So sometimes the customer begins to see that these are my friends, these are my family members, not just business people who are just in business for the sake of making money from me. That's very important. And finally, when you build such a system, you must implement your plan. It's one thing to build a system, and sometimes you build a system and you don't follow through on them. You must implement the plans to the later, so that your customers, without having to start just thinking about the price, they are connected because they know that we are one and the same. We represent the same value. We get extreme value from your connection, and we feel like we are loved by your organization. Thank you. I'm trusting that when you do this, your organization will blossom and we will all be happy for it. Shalom. Let's do this tomorrow.